Jesus, that's terrifying. Hey music friends, this is Davi Vasc, I'm a music composer for games, and you guys seem to be enjoying the video I did for the theme of Chameleos, and a few of you are even suggesting that I do Kushala Daora's theme next, which is fine by me because it's one of my favorite Elder Dragon themes. So this is the theme for Kushala Daora, let's go! It's very disturbing. So right off the bat, something that I really like about the orchestra is that composers are able to blend and mix a bunch of different sounds to create new sounds, and this sound here is one of my favorites. This sound, bum 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 bum, this is a low-pitched piano together with low-pitched strings. It sounds really cool, it sounds very imposing and very intimidating. And one other thing, listen to the note that the choir is singing in this part right here. It sounds creepy as hell, doesn't it? I was listening to this and trying to figure out what note is this. It sounds so creepy, but it turns out it's not actually a note, it's a chord. It's an extremely dissonant chord composed of two very, very close together notes. It's actually this chord here. Sounds very disturbing, right? You can see they're setting up Kushala Daora here to be a monster that inspires a lot of terror and a lot of fear. I love the metallic sounds. Can you hear the high-pitched metallic sounds on the percussion? This is very fitting for Kushala Daora because, of course, two things. First of all, he's supposed to be made of metal. His entire skin is supposed to be metal. And also Kushala is usually found in cold environments, you know, with a lot of ice and snow, so these tinky metallic sounds really remind me of, you know, of ice, of cold. Beautiful melody. This is a very interesting melody, check this out. So this is the melody here. If we take the notes of this melody and play them all at once in a chord, listen to how it sounds. That's ugly, right? That's very dissonant. This is a diminished chord, which is one of the most unpleasant chords there are. But when we take these notes and organize them into a nice melody, it sounds so much more gentle, so much more beautiful, and that's such an effective expression of Kushala itself, because it's a monster that on the outside appears to be, and kinda is, very noble. There's a very noble appearance and very imposing and very beautiful, but behind all that, of course, there's a lot of danger and a lot of terror, and that's kind of a cool allegory for nature itself. Even because the Elder Dragons have a relation to nature. Kushala, for example, is supposed to command, you know, storms and winds and ice, and much like Kushala, nature is also something that's very beautiful and very noble, but there's also a degree of danger and of terror behind it, much like this melody as well. Very imposing brass. Jesus, that's terrifying. Wow. This part was amazing, and he did something very cool here with the rhythm. This is called syncopation, by the way. I'm gonna show you. Check this out. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. So, see how the notes, sometimes it lands right on the beat, like bum, 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 ba-dum, bum. Sometimes the note lands off, like bum, bum, ba-da-dum-bum. And like I said, this is called syncopation, and it throws you off so much. It gives you a sensation of surprise. It's like the floor is opening up under your feet and you have to kind of find your footing again. And this is such a great way to mimic that feeling of helplessness and unpredictability when fighting a monster like this. This is my favorite part. So beautiful. This is such a beautiful melody, and it doubles down completely on what I said earlier about this being a theme that is certainly dangerous and tense, but also very noble sounding. And I'm so happy how in the Monster Hunter Rise version they decided to go with a solo, very lonely sounding solo violin instead of the full string section. It sounds so empty, so cold, so lonely, very, very fitting for Kushala Daora. The chords in this part are very emotional too. To me, the Kushala Daora theme always had this very fine classical music feel. You know, these themes are always orchestral, but they don't always feel like classical music to me. But the Kushala Daora theme definitely does. And I'm not saying that was the inspiration, it's impossible to tell, but it feels very much to me like Russian classical music from the Romantic period specifically. Build up, it's building up. This that happened right here, this is kind of a fake build up that composers love doing this. When there's a build up, you expect an explosion at the end, and sometimes composers just throw you off by having a non-climax at the end of the build up. That's a surprise in and of itself, and it's something that composers like to do to keep you on your toes. Some very interesting sounds. Yeah, a very cool mixture here of synth electronic sounds and the orchestral instruments. It gives off a very sci-fi-like vibe of something that's otherworldly and unknown. Remember back at the beginning of the video when I was talking about the video I did on Camilleo's theme? Yeah, I think you should go watch that one now. It's over here. It's very similar to this one, so I think you'll enjoy that if you've watched this one up until this point. But if you've already watched that one, I have a bunch of other similar videos on other tracks of Monster Hunter Rise over here. So pick one of these, and I'm looking forward to inspiring and uplifting each other by sharing the music from these games that we love. I'll see you there.